Hello, it's Billy Connolly here. Now I may not look or sound like myself, but actually this is what I look like under my beard. Now I've been asked by the Custard Prophet to advertise the Football Manager Creator Showcase. So here it is. Yeah, that is right. It's the FM Creator Showcase episode 6. Thanks for coming along. If you don't know what the showcase is all about, it's a place where creators come and tell us a little bit about their channel, about their motivations for doing FM on YouTube, about their inspirations on YouTube, and we get to see them in action, and they tell us about the sort of saves and things that are going on their channel. Apologies, it looks like I have completely white hair. It is only grey. I'm certain it's just the lighting in this room isn't particularly great. I also wanted to say, so very recently I partnered with Passion for FM, which is absolutely fantastic. Really shows how far this channel has come in such a short period of time. So Passion for FM you can find on Twitter, but there's also a website. There'll be a link in the description below, and there's a whole bunch of guides and tactics guides and wonder kids and all sorts of stuff on that website. It really will enhance your gameplay if you go over there and have a little visit. Also follow them on Twitter, because they have a bunch of streamers and YouTubers who associate with their Twitter feed. So you'll get an awful lot of information from them, and also a lot of sort of details about things that are going on in the FM community. So today, before we get on to our first creator, we only have one creator today. We are going to feature, well, what is a new feature, but it will be the only time this feature appears on this show. It's the FM Creator News. And the reason it's only featuring once is because it will have its own entity. It will go away and have its own entity after this. But I wanted to put it as part of this to start with, and then it's going to be on its own. So the FM Creator News will be coming very shortly. Let's see what the FM Creator News is all about. Well, hello guys, welcome to the FM Creator News. So this is a new venture that I am starting as of today. It's as part of the showcase today, but it will be separated into its own independent show. So this is just a little opportunity to tell you about what this FM Creator News is all about, before we go and have a look at what news we have of the day. So the FM Creator News will be somewhat different from the showcase, in that there will be little short news items from various people's channels telling you about what is going on these creators' channels. But we're not just focusing on YouTube here. We are focusing on blogs. We are focusing on Twitch. We're focusing on charity streams, on everything FM related. If you're doing something FM related that you want people to know about, let us know and we will put you on the FM Creator News. So we've got a few items today. Everything will be linked in the description, so make sure you go and check out the link to the item that you're interested in. So the FM Creator News will be things I'm interested in going on in the FM community, but also things that people tell me about. So make sure you let me know about anything going on your channel. Okay, let's start. FM20 is obviously the place to begin. We know that FM20 will drop in November on the 19th. 2 weeks before that, the beta will be out. If you've looked on any of the YouTube content creators pages or elsewhere on Twitter, you'll see that people are left, right and centre are putting up what they're doing for FM20, what their saves are all about. Some really interesting ones about around and about. We're not going to focus on all of them, and we're certainly not going to talk about the big ones, although I think Dr. Benji's looks really interesting. Let's focus first of all on the Trucking Football Manager, who has announced that his FM20 series, at least he's going to start this when the beta comes out, will be a one club challenge. Now, it's a really interesting one, this, and as always, he does something a little bit different. He is starting off with young PSV, so that's the PSV youth team. The motivation of this challenge is that he can only move to the main PSV team, so he has got to get sufficiently good enough to get to the main team, but he's going to lose his players to them, and he's just going to be hugely handicapped. So it'll be really interesting to see how that goes. I've not seen anyone do that before, so I'm going to be watching that with great interest. So make sure you go and hang out on his channel with me in the comments. I should also say he's doing a City Skylines save, which I've really been enjoying. It's a little bit of a different one, so he's using a mod which has a realistic population mod, which means you've got one family living in a house, living in a bungalow, rather than 400 families, as seems to be the case with the vanilla game. Right, on the subject of City Skylines, I know this is not FM, but also want to make a note of Mr. Grand 2, who featured on our channel in episode 3 of the showcase. Mr. Grand 2 is doing a City Skylines save. It's kind of the antithesis of Dr. Benji's City Skylines save. So if you don't know, Dr. Benji's doing one where he's recreating New York. Mr. Grand 2 is recreating Norwich. It's just brilliant. Go and check that out. It's got some great FM content as well. So Aussie Villain, who's a contributor to this channel now and again. He was on the showcase, and you can find him in the comments as well on some of the videos. He's a long-standing YouTuber, but he has just started Twitch, so he's really enjoying it. He is doing his Twitch stream at the moment with Everton. I imagine that will change when FM20 goes out. It's a continuation of the save on his YouTube channel, and he's doing his Twitch streams 3 times a week. So once on Saturday at around when kickoff is in the UK, so 3 o'clock sort of time. Once on Sunday, which is in the morning at 10 o'clock in the morning, which sort of wake up with Aussie Villain, and then he is finally doing his third one in midweek on Wednesday in the evening. So go and check that out. I've watched the first 3 of them, or part of the first 3 of them, and yeah, he's a natural at it. Really good, really enjoyable. Interacts with everyone who gets involved. So it'd be great to see a few more of you in his comment section. Is it comments in Twitch? I don't know. I'm old. But as I said, we're not just featuring YouTube content creators. We also want to talk about blogs, and I was contacted by CJ Root FM, who is a blogger, and he's revealed that his blog for FM20 will be centering around Billericay town. He will be donating £5 for every season he finishes to Autism Anglia, and every trophy that he wins, I presume that's league, cup, etc., he's going to donate £10 to Prostate Cancer UK. So I think that's a really nice thing. I'm not sure if he is going to be setting up something where other people can donate as well alongside him, but go and check it out. You'll find the link down below to that blog. Well worth a read. Should also note the FM Premier League 2-game sponsored cup and league will be coming soon. So there's a cup with all of the 96 teams, I think. Is it 94? 96, isn't it? So all of the 96 teams will be managed by different FM creators, and I guess there'll be an eventual winner. I think there's also a league, and they're currently announcing that. So go and check the FM Premier League out on Twitter. And finally, I was contacted by Bad Jokes Gaming, who is going to be doing a King's Lynn save called Walks to the Prem, and he's going to try and get King's Lynn all the way through to the Premier League in FM20, and he'll apparently be going all the way through FM20 with this. They're in, I think I watched his opening series. I'll leave a link to that as well, the sort of introduction video, and I think he said they're the highest level they've ever been. I kind of remember Burton playing them back in the Beezer Homes Premier League, so the Northern Premier League, but they're in the Conference North. That's what it's called. And if he gets sacked, he's going to turn it into a Journeyman. So that sounds pretty good, and well worth going over to Bad Jokes Gaming's channel if you're interested. So that's the end of the news. If you want to be part of this, if you want your news to feature on this, make sure you get in touch. Go by my Twitter channel at Custard Profit, and I will and DM me. My DMs are open, so let me know what your news is, and I'll feature it next time. These should be probably every 2 weeks, and we'll kind of they'll kind of rotate. We'll have 1 week, we'll have the news. The next week, we'll have the showcase. Back to the showcase, and thank you very much for listening. Cheers. Goodbye. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that. So, that was the FM Creator News. As I say, it's going to be going to a new location, which will kind of rotate. We'll have 1 week, we'll have the Creator News. Next week, we'll have the Creator Showcase, and both of them doing subtly different things. So I think that's really, really good. So hopefully you'll enjoy catching up with those, and they should only be short episodes. So let's get on with the showcase. So we have our creator all ready and primed and ready to go. Really excited about this one today. He's only been going a short while, but I was amazed actually when I found out how long he'd been going, considering the amount of subscribers he has. So he's got over 100 subscribers, and he's been going less than a year, which I think is blooming good going, because I'm not far behind him, and I'm got about a third of the number of subscribers. It is Avoiding Relegation, who is doing a bunch of really cool things, good saves, funny, interesting stuff, and he's kind of he seems to really sort of drill down in the tactics and all those sort of things, and really sort of thinks about stuff, which you don't get from me. So let's go and meet him and see what he's all about. See you in a second.
Hello, my name's Martin from the Avoiding Relegation channel. I'm originally from England. I was born in Swindon, but I moved to Canada about 7 years ago. Currently live in Halifax, Nova Scotia, home of the Halifax Wanderers, of course, from the new Canadian Premier League. And I'm also an Oldham Athletic supporter, just to confuse you. In terms of Football Manager, I've been playing since Championship Manager. In fact, I didn't miss a year until I reached FM 2009, which I think was my last iteration, which I'll go on to a bit more later. The Avoiding Relegation channel is primarily Football Manager, but I do have a couple of other series that I tried out on there. Killer is Dead is one of them, Hard West is another, and I have put up 1 or 2 haul videos along the way when I found sort of gaming bargains when I've been out and about in Canada. So, but like I say, it's primarily about Football Manager, which is also why I chose a sort of a football-related name to it. At the moment, it's only been sort of Let's Play. You've got the 2 Manager project, which was the sort of first thing I started. That's, the first episode took an entire month to make. As I say, it didn't come out till the 1st of February, between editing and reshooting and me learning how to do things. The basis of the 2 Manager project was to take 2 separate managers, one a perfect build and the other like a, no badges, non-league experience. And Manager 1, the perfect build, was going to take 1 team, which was Royal Wootton Bassett, from Tier 9, Hellenic League Premier, all the way to the Premiership and win the Champions League. Manager 2 was going to do the same, starting in Tier 9, but he was going to be able to jump jobs and all the rest of it. And it was sort of a comparison to see how, each type of manager would do, as well as, achieving those goals for both teams. The only downside was I wasn't sort of thinking too much about the vastness of the project, because we managed about 8 seasons nearly. I think we started the 9th season in the end, but if you consider that's 8 seasons for 2 clubs, that's 16 seasons I played through. So in those 8 seasons we managed to get Bassett up to League 2, so we got on to be a professional team, and we survived there the first season, which was great. Manager 2 got all the way to League 1. Again, quite pleased with how I did, but obviously didn't achieve the goals I was intending to. And in fairness, I did finish the series sort of early because there was a mistake on my part. I was using 2 different machines, and I managed to overwrite a save, and I did it with the Oldham Save as well, which is the other show, Pork Pie Sausage Roll, which was just very simple. Save Oldham, because crikey do they need saving. In real life we've had 5 managers in 2 seasons, and we're still looking like we might be a national team next year. I don't know, but yeah, that was the point of it. And obviously being an Oldham supporter, I think that every version of Championship Manager I've ever played, or Football Manager should I say, I've always had an Oldham Save. That's my team. So that'll continue in FM20. As you can imagine, it just might not be on video, that's all.
The atmosphere's bobbing. Drop that tambourine.
All right, Dad, let's kick a good beat.
Meat pie sausage roll. Come on, Oldham, gives a go. Meat pie sausage roll. Come on, Oldham, gives a go. Ooh, we got a corner. Ooh, we got a corner.
But yeah, so that was a lot of fun. We got up to 28 episodes of Pork Pie Sausage Roll. I did put a stop to that. Number one was that slight save issue. You know, if you go back a couple of videos, we effectively, instead of taking a second season in the Championship, I ended up having to replay the final 8 games again and got promoted. So we actually, you know, started our Premiership career a season early because of that mistake, which is great, don't get me wrong, but, you know, when things like that happen, it kind of takes the wind out your sails a little bit. But as well, with FM20 sort of starting to breathe down our neck as it was, I decided to sort of stop both shows. But since the announcement that FM20 is not coming out to November 19th, because I don't have any other content coming out, I've decided to continue with the Pork Pie Sausage Roll, because I'm still playing it, I'm still having fun with it on FM19, so I may as well continue putting out the videos until FM20 arrives. With regards to my plan for FM20, there are 2 series currently in plan. The first is, for the beta, I'm going to do Everton. It's more about really looking at FM20, getting a good look at all the new features and stuff like that, and having a play around and getting used to it before we start the main meal come 19th of November. That is going to be, it's already been announced on Twitter. If you follow me there, you'll have probably already seen it. But it's called Playing for Set Pieces, and it's a Journeyman save, but the plan is to basically go from club to club, you know, varying places around the world, but instill playing for set pieces as a club philosophy. Now, obviously, the playing for set pieces button in the tactics was added in FM19, and I'm sure it'll be there in FM20 as well. But I kind of want to take it, you know, I kind of started off planning to do this in FM19, albeit late on, but it's something that realistically needs to be a longer term thing rather than just, you know, a short save. I want to instill playing for set pieces as a club philosophy at whichever clubs I go to as I move, which, you know, will include things not just ticking that button, but also identifying formations and tactics and stuff that are not only okay for the team I'm at, but it will also help, you know, create set piece opportunities. There's the training aspect as well that's going to need to be looked into, especially when you consider there are going to be some changes, certainly with development in FM20 as well. So again, I want to make sure that that is done in such a way that it supports playing for set pieces, and also, you know, in terms of player signing philosophy. You know, from my point of view, I've sort of split the team into 2 sets of players when it comes to set pieces, which is takers and targets. Targets being the people you're going to be kicking the ball at or in front of or whatever else, and takers, you know, corner takers, free kick takers, that sort of thing. So certainly when I'm signing players, yes, I'm looking for the best player I can get for that position, whatever that might be, but I'm also then going to be considering those elements as well. So like I say, it's to bring it in as a club philosophy. It's going to be a bit of a development. Alongside the videos is going to be a blog, and the purpose of the blog really is to get into the nitty-gritty and the statistics a little bit more, you know, so I can actually sort of show improvement in how we're doing in playing for set pieces and stuff like that, as well as talk about the things that work, talk about the things that don't work, because it is kind of one big experiment. Initially, I was going to do it with, you know, a bottom-end manager and sort of, you know, work my way up. But given the fact that I spent so much time only doing lower league stuff in FM19, I've decided to not do a perfect build manager, but give him perfect mentals, but no badges. So he's retired international, you know, newly retired international footballer with the reputation that goes with it, but obviously doesn't have any managerial experience or any badges or anything. So I will have better opportunities starting out. And obviously, in terms of getting some of the bigger jobs moving forward, that will help once I get a bit of experience. So I'm not going to be spending a massive amount of time languishing in the lower leagues. Plus, also, given that I've only won an FA Cup and a Charity Shield so far with Oldham in FM19, you know, I want to win more trophies in FM20, and being able to do that around the world, which is the purpose of the Journeyman project, will be a lot of fun. And I also think that whilst I played around with the training in FM19, because again, I wasn't doing a lot of top-level stuff, I mean, it's been a bit more applicable in the more recent Pork Pie Sausage Roll episodes, because of course we've been in the Premier now for about 3 seasons. I haven't given it the attention it deserves, so things like that, you know, I want to try and take more advantage of, which is why I'm going the route I'm going, I guess. With regards to what to sort of start with, if you come and take a look at my channel, I genuinely recommend starting with the Pork Pie Sausage Roll Oldham save. It was started after I'd gotten, you know, more used to making YouTube videos and editing and stuff like that, so I consider them to be, you know, it's the slightly better quality series. Plus, it's Oldham, and I love Oldham, so there was a certain level of enthusiasm in there that maybe the Two Manager project didn't get. Lacaviti, Harper, out to Castrovilli. Van den Boomen finds Panzo, puts a cross in. Oh, Marlamby was there. He's the 5th goal of the season. He's still our top scorer. Fabulous right winger. Very, very happy with him. With regards to the Two Manager project, you know, please feel free to check it out. And I certainly recommend watching like the early episodes so you can actually see how much things have improved since February, really, when I started out. But there is over 100 episodes, so you're talking about a lot of content to get through. And given how little time there is between now and FM20, you know, it's a lot to watch. But like I say, the Pork Pie Sausage Roll series, very happy with. That's continuing on, as I mentioned, and probably by the time this comes out, we're going to be up near 30 episodes. As I mentioned earlier, my sort of last iteration of Football Manager was 2009, which isn't strictly speaking true. It's just up until that point I'd been playing it year on year since Championship Manager. I had some personal issues, depression, lost my job, alcoholism, varying other bits and bobs, and I kind of disappeared down a dark hole. I'm fine now, but during that period I lost complete touch, and bearing in mind that I moved to Canada in 2012 as well, I lost complete touch with British football, I mean world football in general. And I realised at the last World Cup that I didn't recognise a single player in the England team, and I also realised at that point that realistically my best footballing knowledge had always come from playing Football Manager regularly. So I was encouraged to go out, and I actually picked up from one of these sites a Steam key for FM14, and I only played the Touch edition, but it got me back in, and I started enjoying it. And this would have been early 2017. By the end of 2017, I'd picked up FM17 and was, again, only playing the Touch version. And about halfway through its lifespan, in 2018, I picked up FM18 and actually started playing the full version, getting involved with the training and all the rest of it. And it was there that I really started looking for videos, because I struggled a little bit with the tactics, I struggled a little bit with the training and stuff. And yeah, I was surprised by how many content creators were out there. I mean, I initially was just looking for help, for tips and stuff like that. So it was people like FM Life, for example, who I still follow his videos today. I mean, he's enriched my FM 2019 experience no end through just the tips and stuff that he's done. But obviously I found people like Work the Space, Jack, all of these people sort of, certainly the story type ones did inspire me to do that kind of thing. And yeah, it's been absolutely fantastic. I've really enjoyed the process. I've enjoyed all of the things I've learned how to do. You know, I'm using GIMP to make thumbnails that don't actually look half bad. My channel art is half decent, certainly compared to where it was when I started out. You know, again, it's just this sort of what I feel is a continual improvement from where I started, which is nice. And like I say, watching these people and seeing what was out there was massively inspiring. But realistically, it was only when I started getting into it and getting on Twitter and doing more and more that I realised just how many people are out there doing it. There's quite a lot, and there's some really, really good stuff. Not just on videos, but there's some great streamers. There's a lot of very, very useful and helpful blogs. It's just, amazing. There's stuff out there for pure entertainment purposes, like Lelujo, but there's also a lot of stuff that will really enrich your gameplay as well, which it's just inspired me to continue. You know what I mean? It's just inspired me to keep going and doing what I'm doing. In terms of the people that I watch, Flying All Night's a big one. He's the author of my favourite Football Manager video, which is How to Become Famous Playing Football Manager. It's absolutely brilliant. But he did a really good series with Blythe Spartans for FM19, and he's got some interesting stuff coming up for FM20, which I'm looking forward to. But yeah, he's a lot of fun. He's really good. Another one that I watch is FM Tahiti. He's done a completely sort of new database, and for a fictitious Tahiti Islands League, and including international teams and all sorts, and it's really, really good. He's gone to a lot of effort. He's 120 plus episodes in, might be 130 now. I can't admit, I will admit I've not watched every episode, but it's really enjoyable to watch, and it's really good, in terms of what he's done with that database. And he's already announced he's going to be doing the same sort of thing for FN20, so I'm really looking forward to do. So that's some great content. I also like Workspace. Jack's LAN project was brilliant. I do tend to watch more videos and streamers, but apart from anything else, it tends to be that I watch, Football Manager YouTube videos while I'm playing Football Manager, and more often than not, the times I would be watching a stream, for example, are the times when I'm actually working on videos and editing and stuff like that. But there are a couple of streamers that I do particularly like. Mozza Plays from the FM Base bunch. He's really good. Really enjoyable, really nice guy, and has actually been really helpful to me, certainly where I was starting out as well. So when I can, I like to drop in and see him. Kegman Plays, he's also brilliant, very funny guy, very entertaining to watch. So I enjoy that too. But yeah, I will admit I do kind of mostly stick to the YouTube videos, just because I can kind of watch them when I like,
Van Boomen. Castrovilli. Oh my goodness, Anton's got a second. It's 2-0. Oldham 2, Arsenal 0. FA Cup 6th round. Looks like we're going to the quarter-final.
Yeah, just to finish up, I'd like to talk a little bit about the Football Manager content creator community. Not only is it far more vast and extensive than I ever could have possibly imagined, certainly in terms of my experience as somebody who's only been going since February, so very much the noob, the support, the encouragement, and sort of the positive attitude that I've experienced since starting has been fantastic. Certainly I've seen tweets from people, and so-and-so doesn't get along with so-and-so, and there's personality clashes and stuff, but that's just life as far as I'm concerned. Certainly in terms of my experience, I've had a fantastic time. I have nothing bad to say about it, and that is also taking into account the fact that I'm not very good at engaging yet with people on social media, and it's not for anything else other than I'm just not very good at it. It's one of those things as a skill that I need to get more involved. I'm an old man. I'm 44 years old. We don't, I had the internet in 1994. Don't get me wrong, but social media has never really been my thing. So this is, again, all part of the learning curve. But the point of mentioning it really is that if you were considering, trying something out yourself for Football Manager, or indeed anything else, certainly as far as Football Manager concerns, I cannot recommend enough the community and how great they are and how supportive they've been for me. So, I was nervous, about whether or not I'd get grief for some of my rubbish videos and all the rest of it, but no, it's been wonderful. They are really a great bunch of people, and even at this point, I'm still discovering new content creators and new stuff, and it's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, honestly, I recommend giving it a go. But yeah, thank you very much. I hope to see you on the channel, and I hope you're looking forward to FN20 as much as I am. Thank you very much for watching.
Parr with the interception. Puts it out wide for Coleshaw, but Norville Williams gets to it with the pass back. Oh my goodness. Loose ball picked up by Ice, and Edwards passes it back. It's the only problem when your stopper isn't successful. It doesn't happen that often. That's why I play a lot with the stopper. Coleshaw coming forward again. He's had a good few goes. Baptiste. Oh, Parr scores. First goal of the season for Martin Parr. It is 1-1.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly enjoyed looking for the videos. It's a lot of fun. Please go, if you did enjoy it, please go over to his channel. Make sure you subscribe to his stuff if you enjoy that. Come back, tell us what you liked, which of the series, the Oldham series or the two team series. I think that's a really neat, I mean, absolutely crazy idea to do, but a really neat idea all the same. Yeah, I don't know whether you could do that. You know, it's like almost partnered with someone. I don't know, but yeah, I thought it's an interesting idea, really interesting idea. So yeah, go over to his channel, check him out, and yeah, come back and let us know what you thought. Also, if you could, please hit a like on this video. Please share this video with friends and family, people you think might enjoy it. We want to increase the amount of viewers of these showcase videos to make sure that these fine creators do get watched and their subscriber bases are increased. So next week, and I know I promised you a massive creator this week, unfortunately due to time commitments and stuff, that creator is kind of postponed till next week, but massive creator coming next week. We're really excited about that. So make sure you tune in then. But until then, go and check out Avoiding Relegation. Make sure you do straight after this over on his channel. Hop over there right now. Go on, and yeah, and come back for the next episode. And I will see you very soon. Goodbye.